Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and okay, we got some more news to talk about. I literally just uploaded a video on my channel about the latest news about Donovan Mitchell coming to the Knicks, and of course, right when I upload the video to YouTube, we got a new news to come out and to talk about, and that from Marc Stein, saying that the New York Knicks could potentially be looking for a Randle and Westbrook swap. Yeah. Nobody saw this one coming. So basically, what this report is saying is if the Knicks were able to land Donovan Mitchell, and maybe this means that the Knicks don't really look at Julius Randle as part of the Donovan Mitchell future for the Knicks. And this is obviously a report. These are rumors. We don't know if this is 100% factual, but I'll have to give you guys my reaction to this because Marc Stein is definitely a reliable source. But basically the thinking is if the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell, they would want to move on from Julius Randle by giving him up to the Lakers, and we take on Russell Westbrook's $47 million contract and waive him. And maybe the Lakers attach assets with Russell Westbrook because that contract is a lot and it's an expiring deal. And that also tells me, do the Knicks not see Julius Randle as part of the future here with New York? Do the Knicks not see Julius Randle as part of the Donovan Mitchell era if we are able to land him? So there's a lot of things to dissect in this report, a lot of things to talk about when it comes to this hypothetical scenario in this trade. If the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell and they trade Randle to the Lakers and the Knicks bring in Russell Westbrook, but they eventually waive him. So it's a lot of things to break down in this video, but you know I'll be talking about it here on Knicks Media. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of Knicks content coming your way, and I'm really inching close to 10,000 subscribers, so I really greatly appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you do so and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy goes live or makes a video. And comment down below your thoughts of this report because it came out of nowhere. Definitely very interesting stuff because I did not expect this, and I feel like this is actually, it makes kind of sense if you think about it, of course, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments, and also like the video if you guys enjoy. I really do appreciate all the support on Knicks Media. With that being said, let's get right into this report. So let's break it down in this way. Let's break it down to the point where, all right, hypothetically speaking, the Knicks trade for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know what the package is, but we give up a lot of first-round picks. We give a lot of capital. We give up a bunch of young players. Now, the Knicks thinking is, okay, maybe Leon Rose and the Knicks don't want Julius Randle on the team. Now, that is obviously likely. We all know that 90% of Knicks fans want Randle gone. I've heard so many Knicks fans tell me in the comments, like, Richie, just trade Randle for nothing. Trade Randle for nothing. Well, here you go. If this is true, and the Lakers would do this, and the Lakers would only do this if they're not able to acquire Kyrie Irving, I think that this is like their plan B scenario of, okay, we want to get rid of Russell Westbrook. All right, we'll take on Julius Randle, and we'll attach a couple of picks with Russell Westbrook to get off of his contract. Because if the Knicks want to also acquire more assets that they lost in the Donovan Mitchell trade, so say hypothetically Donovan Mitchell comes to the Knicks, we give up a plethora of draft picks, and then we can trade away Randle to the Lakers, take on Russell Westbrook's contract, waive him, but the Lakers package in some picks involved, so we get some picks in return, so it kind of makes up for some of the picks that we gave up for Donovan Mitchell. I think that's the thinking there, but the really interesting news about this is that the Knicks don't really see Julius Randle as the future. Now, this also tells me that Obi Toppin cannot be involved in the trade because you do not trade Obi Toppin to the Jazz and then you trade Julius Randle. Then who's our power forward? So that tells me that the Knicks will hold on to Obi Toppin in a potential Donovan Mitchell trade, and then they give Obi Toppin the reins as a starting power forward, hypothetically speaking. So really interesting stuff here to think about because the Knicks are obviously looking at every single scenario possible. How can they acquire assets? How can they get off some salaries? And I feel like if they get Russell Westbrook in a trade, they're obviously going to just pay him out and waive him right away. It's not like Westbrook's going to fit in to a roster with Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett and Donovan Mitchell. Like, Westbrook would not be on the Knicks roster, most likely. It's just a way of getting rid of Julius Randle's contract and also acquiring some capital in return. So really interesting stuff here, guys. Definitely did not expect this situation, but you got to give Leon Rose and the Knicks front office credit that they're really looking at this scenario and trying to dissect each and every possible outcome and get creative, because this is what it's about, being a Knicks president. Leon Rose got to be really creative and got to make sure that they reconstruct this roster, because if Donovan Mitchell comes to the Knicks, then there is a lot of moves to be made in the future. And if they don't feel like Julius Randle is part of that future with Donovan Mitchell, and they don't really think that Randle is going to complement RJ Barrett, Mitchell, and Brunson's game, and they want to let Obi Toppin take over, or maybe they have another plan who up their sleeves, there's another guy they want to trade for or something. I don't know what that is, but really interesting stuff. I would love to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments, but this really does tell me that the New York Knicks are trying to make sure that if they do bring in Donovan Mitchell, that's not their last move. They're being proactive. They're testing the market. They're making sure that they weigh every single opportunity out there in the trade scenario, because I just made my video like a couple minutes ago. I just uploaded it about my thoughts and my stance of the whole Donovan Mitchell situation. You guys know where I stand. I want to get Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks by any means necessary, but at the same time, I do not want to sacrifice the entire team, not what the Utah Jazz are looking for, what the report we saw last week, 6 firsts, Grimes, McBride, Quickly, and Toppin. Like, nah, that's just ridiculous. So if the Knicks are able to acquire Donovan Mitchell, hold on to Obi Toppin, trade away Julius Randle for Russell Westbrook and picks, and then just waive Westbrook, get off of Randle's contract, that opens up Knicks salary cap wise for the future. We acquire some picks back in what we got and what we gave up for Donovan Mitchell. So really crazy stuff, man. I mean, I'm kind of mind boggled right now. This is one of those reports where it takes a little bit to understand, because there's a lot of things going, a lot of things are getting tossed around. Because number one, Donovan Mitchell has to be traded to the Knicks first before this type of trade needs to happen, because the Lakers, thinking from their perspective, they're trying to get Kyrie Irving over there to the West Coast. Now, if Kyrie Irving does not go there, then what else are they going to do? They do not want Russell Westbrook, obviously, and maybe they want Julius Randle to run it with LeBron James. Would Julius Randle fit well over there? I mean, how does that work? Julius Randle, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. I don't know. We all know the Lakers drafted Julius Randle. So really interesting stuff, guys. I wouldn't really put too much stock into this because, again, it's not guaranteed that this is going to happen. It's just a report from Marc Stein that, he heard from one leak source advised me that you can keep an eye on that. I don't know if that means it's going to happen or not, but it's definitely a hypothetical scenario that it's fun to talk about. It's fun to think about all these different, scenarios that could possibly be happening with the Knicks and the Lakers and the Jazz, because that's what the NBA is all about. There's so many reports and so many rumors to break down. But again, I cannot stress this enough. Just because this report's happening and just because I'm talking about it does not mean that this is guaranteed going to happen. It's just a source that told Marc Stein at Las Vegas that this could be on the table potentially if the Lakers and the Knicks think it's necessary, and if the Knicks want to move on from Julius Randle. So I want to get your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, because it's definitely a hefty report, a hefty rumor to break down, because it's very, and I've said it's very interesting countless times, because I'm still at a loss for words about this scenario. Really, I really am. So let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comment section. Like the video if you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go Knicks. Peace out.